Hey everyone, it's Heather Nichols, and I have a set of floral tags to share with you today that you can use for a number of different occasions. I'm creating the floral design with the Mixed Blooms Layered Stencil set. This set has 3 stencils, and there's also the coordinating Mixed Blooms dies. The sentiments I'll be using are from the Itty Bitty Sentiments stamp set, and I'll be stamping these onto the coordinating Itty Bitty Tags 1 die collection. For my tag bases, I'll be using the pierced Tag Stacklets 2 and Tag Stacklets 2 die collections. I'll also be using one of the dies from the Tag Reinforcements die collection. For ink colors, I'll be using Oreo and Sugar Cube, and then I'll also be using Spearmint, Confetti Cake, Pink Champagne, and Avocado. I'll be using a whole lot of different blender brushes. I have regular ones, pastel ones, the white one, and the bitty ones. I'll be using bits and pieces, clear drip drops, and then finally for my adhesives, I'll be using multi-medium matte for a liquid adhesive and foam squares. I'm starting out by stenciling the floral design on 3 different colors of cardstock. The Mixed Bloom Layered Stencil set has 3 stencils. I'll hold all of the stencils in place with pixie spray, and you can see what side of the stencil is right side up by looking for that etching in the lower left-hand corner. I'm starting off with Confetti Cake cardstock, and I've got this set up on my grid paper placemat, using the guides to place my piece of cardstock into the A2 guide, and then using the stencil guide to set my stencil down. And I'm applying the Confetti Cake ink through the openings of the stencil. The 3 colors I'm adding the floral design to are Confetti Cake, Pink Champagne, and Spearmint. And with this first stencil, I'm using the matching ink. So this one I'm doing Confetti Cake on Confetti Cake cardstock. The next one will be Pink Champagne ink on Pink Champagne cardstock, and then Spearmint ink on Spearmint cardstock. The next stencil is another floral design, and this stencil I'm going to add to all of the colors using Sugar Cube ink and the white blender brush. The Mixed Blooms Layered Stencil set is really quite easy to line up. None of the images connect directly, and so you don't have to be super precise with how you lay these out. I use the guides on the grid paper placemat, and just make sure that your stencil is going the correct direction with that etching in the lower left-hand corner. The final stencil to complete the floral design is the leaves, and I'm adding this to each of the colors with Avocado ink. I cut out the tags from the floral designs using the 3rd smallest die in the pierced Tag Stacklets 2 die collection. I was able to cut 3 tags from each piece. I also cut tags from Toffee cardstock using the 3rd smallest die in the Tag Stacklets 2 die collection. I layered the floral tags and Toffee tags together. At the top of the tag, I'm adding a reinforcement using one of the dies from the Tag Reinforcements die collection. I cut the reinforcements out from Sugar Cube cardstock, and then to attach them to the tags, I fold them in half and then set it onto the tag where I want it to go. I punch a hole with a 1/4 inch circle punch through the hole on the reinforcement. Then I take the reinforcement and add a little adhesive inside and fold that right back over the top of the tag, matching it up with the hole that I just punched. I'll repeat these steps to add the reinforcements to all of the tags. Now it's time to do the sentiments that we're going to add to the tags. I'm taking the Itty Bitty Tags 1 die collection, and I'm cutting out a number of tags from Toffee cardstock. I used the negative die cut piece as a template in my MISTI, setting the sentiments from the Itty Bitty Sentiments stamp set into the openings of the tags that I wanted to use. I closed the lid of the MISTI to pick the stamps up and then added the tag shapes into the openings in the template. I inked the stamps up with Oreo ink and then closed the lid of the MISTI to stamp the sentiments onto the tags. I repeated the steps to stamp the sentiments on all of the tags that I had cut out. Next, I'm adding twine to the top of the tags. I'm taking a length of twine, I'm folding it in half, I'm taking the ends and inserting them from back to front through the hole in the top of the tag, and then taking those ends and putting them through the loop that's formed at the back of the tag, and then pull the ends to tighten the twine onto the tag. I'm adding the tiny sentiment tags using a jump ring. Take a jump ring and open it up, thread one of the tiny tags onto the jump ring, add the jump ring to the piece of burlap twine at the top of the tag, close the jump ring, and then I used a foam square on the back of the tag to secure it in place. These tags are cute just like this, but I decided I wanted to step them up a little bit more with the new Mixed Blooms dies. I cut the flower colors from cardstock that matched each of the tags: Confetti Cake, Pink Champagne, and Spearmint. I cut out the leaves from Avocado cardstock. I added shading around the edges of the flowers to add a bit of extra dimension using my Bitty blender brushes with the matching ink color. Next, I added a leaf to each of the flowers. To add the flowers to the tags, I took a foam square cut in half and attached both a large and small flower to the foam piece. I attached it to the tag and then added a drop of liquid adhesive to the center of each flower to add a clear drip drop for the flower center. And now this set of tags is done, and I love how they turned out. I love how the Mixed Blooms design is perfect to use for so many different occasions, and that I can add whatever sentiment I want with the Itty Bitty Sentiments stamp set. You can find the supplies that I used to create this set of tags at tailoredexpressions.com. Thanks so much for joining me, everybody, and I'll see you next time.